Boom. Hello, word nerds, and welcome to the dictionary, hosted by me, Spencer. All right, let's just jump into the words. We're going to hop right into the dictionary. We're going to hop right in as if it were a fantasy book story from your childhood on the television, and you just hop in and say, oh my gosh, look, I'm in words. All right, the first word in this episode is giro or giro or giro or giro. It is spelled Giro. Basically, you could do a j sound or a j sound or an ear sound or an ear sound. An ear sound, the sound gets the ear catches the sounds. Okay, so a giro. Oh, I forgot one little pronunciation bit. The British people, you were like, Spencer, you forgot this one. The British like to say gyro. Gyro. Okay, it is a noun from 1890. It is a service of many European banks that permits authorized direct transfer of funds among account holders as well as conventional transfers by check. This is not something in my existence whatsoever. This is a German word, which means circulation of currency. So you are circulating the currency. Let's see, from Italian, from Latin, gyrus, which means gyre, Gyre, and we will learn about that at the end of the G's. That's where it goes. All right, yeah, something about banks and money and stuff. The gyro. I don't know. All right, let's make a sound effect. Let's go, because that's a fun, irritating sound for everybody. Now we have the word girole or girole. Roll or roll. This is spelled Girolle. It is a noun from 1949. The synonym is chanterelle, which I believe is a mushroom, if I am remembering correctly. And let's just do a quick little lookup on the internet thing. Oh, they redid this. They've got all these. Oh, because it knows that I'm looking up food. Let's see. Oh, this is not a mushroom. Well, wait a minute. We got to look up chanterelle. But I thought that was a mushroom. Let's see. Come on, letters. Where are you, letters? Where's you? Backspace. Oh crap! I lost everything. N. Here we go. A chanterelle is an edible mushroom. But what is a girole? There's multiple things. A girole is a specialized Swiss kitchen tool used to scrape semi-hard cheese, typically tête de moine, into delicate flower-like rosettes. Oh, so fancy. Yeah, because it knows it's a tool, because Google knows, there's now this whole thing on the left side about what color do you want? The product rating. What price are you looking for? Sort them by low to high or high to low. Here are some other features and stores and blah, 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 blah. But this is not a chanterelle. Is this, do I need to look up mushroom? Here we go. I just had to type in a few more letters. Giroles and chanterelles are generally the same type of edible mushroom, with girole being the common French term for the golden chanterelle. They share a distinct apricot aroma, white flesh, and meaty texture. Both feature gill-like folds rather than true gills. We talked about the gills on the mushroom not that long ago. That all of that is making them a popular, safe-to-forage culinary favorite. And I have just figured out why we have the girole mushroom, and then also why that tool is called a girole, because the tool was used to scrape the hard cheese and turn it into this beautiful flower shape, bloop, like that. And if you look at the pictures of these mushrooms, they have this kind of flowery shape to them where they sort of grow, expand bigger on the top, and they have these folds and weaves and curves and stuff. And so I think that's why they were like, oh, we have this tool, and we can make these beautiful flower shapes from this hard cheese. You just do some scraping, and they're like, whoa, it looks like the mushroom girole when we were looking for a name for this tool. Let's call it a girole. Nailed it. Blah. Now, we have the word girondin, or girondin, capital Girondin, girondin, noun from 1837. The synonym is gerondist, which is the next word, and all I can tell you is that this is French, which mean from their word girondin, which means of Gironde. So maybe that is a location, an area in France. And now we shall move on to the word that I was just talking about, girondist, with a capital G. Noun from 1795. So this one was earlier. And then which one are we using more, girondist or girondin? Girondist or girondin, girondist or girondin, which one do you prefer? Girondist or girondin, are you from Girondin? Gironde, it's in France, I assume. Okay, so a girondist is a member of the moderate Republican Party in the French Legislative Assembly in 1791. And now, because we were talking about it, I think I need to look up Gironde. Yes, it autofills Gironde, France. And look, there's a map. And look, it's a portion in France. Every time I say something like in France, I keep on thinking of the Weird Al song Genius in France, which is genius. Gironde, it's a whole region, and it's basically on the southwestern area of the France. It's called a department in southwest France. Surrounded by vineyards and wine cellars set in old chateaux, the city of Bordeaux is known for its Gothic style. Saint-Andre Cathedral on Place de la Bourse, 18th century buildings surround the Fountain of the Three Graces. Oh, it goes on and on. It's the largest department in the southwestern French region. Okay, anyway, that's Gironde, and then, people who are in this legislative assembly and stuff, they are Girondists. Yes, more specifically, the etymology says this is from the French girondiste, which is from Gironde, which is a political party, but it is also a department, we know, which is from Gironde, which is a department here. It says right here, literally right here, Department of France represented by its leaders. The political party would be the leaders. And if I hadn't read this thing on the internet about the Department of France, I would be very confused. Because I think of a department as something else. Maybe it's a department store where you go buy some things. Okay, so now we know all about that. We know all the details about the Girondists and Gironde and this political party and the Legislative Assembly. And now we shall move on to... It's the word girt. G-I-R-T. Verb from the 15th century starting with transitive. Number 1, the synonym is the word gird, which we had at the beginning of the previous episode, which was all about surrounding a thing, wrapping things up, that sort of thing. So girt is basically the same. Number 2, to fasten by means of a girth with a TH sound. And yes, we will get to that very shortly. I'm trying to remember, did we have the word girt specifically come up when we were reading gird? I don't remember, and I'm not seeing it in my very quick scan. Okay, so now we got to move on to the intransitive verb definition for girt, which is to measure in girth. Okay, now you may know what girth is, but it looks like we have at least a couple definitions of girth. So when you are measuring the girth of something, you are girting it. Okay. Let's see. This is from Middle English girten, alternative of girden. Oh, yes, with the D and the T getting all mixed up, changing things, confusing things. Okay, so now that we know all about girt, we then move on to girth, the first form of girth. This one is the noun. It is from the 13th century, and number 1, a band or strap that encircles the body of an animal to fasten something on its back. And an example of the thing that you might be fastening on its back is a saddle. So you put this strap around their belly and back, and then you can attach the saddle to it. And the thing that you have attached around their belly and their back is called the girth. And of course, you can probably see a connection, which we'll get into in a mere moments probably, is now that word became the girth of a thing. What is the thickness of a thing? You're talking about maybe the girth of the torso, the belly, and the back. It's because there was a thing called a girth that just strap around him. And of course, this came from girt, and that came from gird, it looks like. Oh, English is all coming together. Now I understand English. Okay, so what else? What else about girth? 2a, still the noun. This is a measure around a body, and we have a couple example sentences. One of them is a man of more than average girth. A man of more than average girth. That feels like it would be a quote from somebody who was trying to be nice about somebody who was on the larger size. Somebody would say the word fat. I know a lot of people have opinions about that word. You are more than average girth. Look at you. There are people who are average girth, and you have more than average girth, and there are people who have less than average girth. And you know what? Sometimes it changes in your lifetime. Okay, and then the other one is the girth of a tree. The girth of a tree. Maybe you can put a girth around a tree, so you can measure the girth of a tree, and then you could put a saddle on it, and then you can ride the tree, but it would probably be sideways, and that would be kind of weird. Okay, and then we have 2b. The synonyms are size and dimensions, because that's how this word it's turned into that. What are the size, the dimensions of a thing? What's the girth? We need to know when we're trying to buy a piece of furniture. We got to know the girth of it so we can measure to see if it'll fit in our place. What's the girth of that dresser drawers? Your dresser drawers. Okay, this word is from Old Norse gjorth, akin to the Old English girdon, which means to gird, the action of girding. Yep, these words are all related, all connected. I'm glad we got these in order. I think, yeah, gird is from before the 12th century. Girt is from the 15th century. Girth is from the 13th century. So it's a little. We're not in perfect chronological order, but this was a very, very nice order for me to read things. Why can't all of the words just be in alphabetical order, and also that's the best order to understand a thing? Okay, now we say brow, because we are going now on to the second form of girth. It is a transitive verb from the 15th century. So you would be girthing something, maybe girthing a pack animal to put a saddle on it or something. Number 1, the synonym is encircle. So maybe that's back to maybe you're girthing the world when you travel around it in your helicopter. Number 2, to bind or fasten with a girth. Hey, mule, I gotta girth you because I want to attach some stuff to you. And the mule is like, but I don't want to carry your crap. Why don't you carry your own crap? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's respectful. You don't get girth today. Number 3, to measure the girth of. What are you measuring? Well, you might be measuring the girth of a tree, or maybe measure the girth, the above average girth of a man, because maybe he's got a pretty big belly, and he's like, whoa, we got to find out the girth of your belly. I've never seen a belly with such girth. Moving on now to we have the word gisarme. Gisarme. This is Gisarme. Oh, we are now in the GIS section. This is a noun from the 13th century. It is a medieval weapon consisting of a blade mounted on a long staff and carried by foot soldiers. Oh, of course, I'm looking up a picture of a gisarme. Maybe we should post a gisarme on the social media at dictionarypod. This has a different spelling. It is sometimes spelled with a U, Guisarme. European pole arm used by infantry roughly between 1000, that's the year 1000, and also 1400. It typically features a long shaft with a curved double-edged blade or a hook-like blade with a rear beak, designed primarily for catching or pulling knights off horses. Ooh, gotta go. I'm gonna go catch some horses. No, catch some knights. Some people like to go fishing. I like to go knighting, just hanging out there. Maybe I'm hanging out in a tree. Maybe I have girthed the tree, so I'm riding a big tree branch on a saddle, and then I just scoop my gisarme down there, and I hook the knight off of the horse, and the horse is like, "Oh, well, that feels much better. Bye." And the knight's just hanging there. I hooked him. Let's look at this picture. It's a very scary piece of weaponry. Yeah, because so most of these have there's additional spikes. They've got it's a hook, and it's just got a good point at the end, and of course it says it's a blade, and so it's sharp on either side, plus the point at the end. But then this one has a long, pointy, skinny stick that comes off the back of it, and this other one has that, but it also has an additional point on the top of its head. And I wouldn't want to get hooked by one of these gisarmes. Gisarme. Yeah, okay. So this is it's French, Anglo-French, old school French. Is there anything here about the etymology? Old High German Getesarn, which means weeding iron. So maybe they were using this iron to weed, and then they were like, we could also use this to stab knights off horses. Okay, here we go. That's gisarme. Now let's move on to the word gist. G-I-S-T, gist. I do believe this was mentioned at some point not too long ago, but we'll talk about it here. It's a noun from circa 1711. Number 1, the ground of a legal action. What are the grounds of your legal action? Like, what is the basic idea of your legal action? What are the grounds that your legal action has to stand on? You call that the gist? Okay, so this seems like maybe one of the earlier definitions of this word, but I know it more as this next one, and maybe you do too. Are you just like me? Yes, we are the same. Number 2, the main point or part. The synonym is essence, as in the gist of an argument. Okay, you're arguing me about this thing. I understand the gist of it. I get the main point, the essence. Okay, I understand. Thank you very much. You don't have to keep on arguing with me about it. I get the gist. Now let's move on and have some cookies. Okay, yeah, the gist. Oh, do you get the gist of what I'm saying? Do you get the gist of it? Do you get the gist of the word gist? Okay, great. Let's move on to the etymology. That's where we're going. This is an Anglo-French word, juste, maybe. That means it lies. From gisere or gisere, which means to lie, ultimately from the Latin jacere. And there's more at the word adjacent, which I think of as just next to a thing. Not sure how that's connected to any of this. But I am curious now to look up the Latin word jacere. Let's see. Latin word jacere. I don't know if that is exactly how it is pronounced. Means to lie, or to lie down, or to be situated. Okay. So that's why they didn't give us the definition, because it was kind of already in there with the other word. So it lies. So I guess when we're thinking about the original definition, the ground of a legal action, it's like the bottom of the thing. It's as if the main point of your legal action is just lying there on the floor, and then you stand on it. Yep, that's it. The gist. Okay. To lie down. Interesting. Well, that was a very short GIS section. That's very sad. Let's now move on to You may have heard a crack. That was my jaw. It won't happen again, but that was interesting. Okay, we have a very short GIT section, which of course starts with the word git. GIT. First form, noun from 1929. This one is British, and it is a foolish or worthless person. You don't give that git any of your time. Don't give them your money. They're worthless. I don't know. That's kind of mean, I think. I don't think anybody is worthless. They may be foolish, but they're not worthless. This word, it's a variation of the word get, G-E-T, which is a term of abuse. Now, I don't remember get being a term of abuse, but maybe it was. I can't remember. Yeah, it says it's from the second form of get. Well, maybe we could just do, because we have enough information, we can go right to the second form of the word get here. Something begotten, offspring, progeny of a male lineage. None of that seemed like a term of abuse. I mean, I can see how the word get with an I in British, it would be a term of abuse because you're calling somebody foolish or worthless person. So that is definitely a term of abuse. A git. Okay. British people, are you still using this word? Probably. I think you are. I think I've heard you say, look at that git over there doing stuff. All right, now let's go to the second form of git is the dialect variation of the word get, G-E-T. And go get it. Go get some stuff. Go get your pancakes. Ooh, pancakes. Now we have get go, G-I-T hyphen G-O. G-I-T hyphen G-O. And get go was his name. Oh, this is a variation of get go with the E. Now we have gittern. Gittern, G-I-T-T-E-R-N. It's our last G-I-T word. Noun from the 14th century. It is a medieval guitar. Ooh, let's, of course, look at a picture of a gittern. Let's see, G-I-T-T-E-R-N. That's how you spell gittern. Ooh, yes, this very much looks like exactly what the definition was, a medieval guitar. Oh, and there's a video of somebody talking about it, somebody playing some music with an example of the sheet music, which looks very old. In fact, it's so old that they took the time to paint some images, some little scenes in the sheet music. And the music notes look all different. So yeah, that looks like a very old piece of music played by a very old gittern. It's a small, plucked, pear-shaped string instrument with a flat back and gut strings that emerged in 13th century Europe, serving as a direct ancestor to the modern guitar. Oh, well, can you hear the connection between the word guitar and gittern? Hey, often carved from a single piece of wood, this instrument is known for its bright melodic sound played with a plectrum. That's a pick to support medieval music. Oh, it's fantastic. Let's post a picture of a gittern on the social media. Boy, I'm behind on that. This word is from the old Spanish. Spanished? You've been Spanished. The old Spanish word guitarra. That just means guitar. So, but did the Spanish people have a guitar before this? Or I'm a little confused by the etymology. But anyway, now we know that our word, the modern word guitar, also comes from a non-modern word which means guitar, and also this gittern. Gittern. Do any of you play a gittern? Do you have a gittern? I would like to know all about it, and you can tell me, and you can play me some music. You can serenade me with your gittern, not a guitar. All right, now we have to move on to our very last word for this episode. It is the word give, G-I-V-E, and we are going to have more of a GIV section than we had GIS or GIT. And here's the funny thing. This word has many definitions. It has many phrases. It has some synonym information, and most of this will be on the next page. But we got a good chunk of it here in on this page over here. So I'm going to stop somewhere near the top of the next page. It's just kind of a random middle spot. So let's just do it. And I think the reason it has so many definitions is because this is the first form of the word give. It's a verb. So we have both transitive and intransitive. Yes, we do. It's from the 13th century. It is, we're starting with transitive. So we're gonna do transitive, which is gonna go well into the next episode, and then. Yeah, because there's 16 plus definitions. With sub-definitions, it's probably more like 32. Okay, here we go. Number 1, for give, transitive. To make present of. No, to make a present of. I missed the A. To make present of seemed like it would have worked given some of the definitions I've heard. But no, this is to make a present of. Oh, I made a present. I'm making this a present. This is all for you. You can have this. I'm giving it to you. I'm making it a present. Okay, there's an example. Give a doll to a child. Give a doll to a child because the childs love dolls. And you have made a present of it. Look at me. I have made a present of this doll. All right, number 2A. To grant or bestow by formal action, as in the law gives citizens the right to vote. Yeah, the law does that, and people would like to change that specific law, which I think is insane and wrong and stupid and mean. Okay, but yes, so it is granting or bestowing. So the law is granting or bestowing the right to vote to citizens, and that's the formal action is the law. Thank you, laws, for allowing us to vote. And please don't make that go away for a lot of people or make it very, very hard for a lot of people. We should make it easier for most people. Or all people? All people. To be. To accord or yield to another, as in, gave him her confidence. He took her confidence, and he gave it to somebody else. Gave him her confidence. And to accord or yield to another, just like, no, I'm just going to transfer that right over there. Going to yield out of the way. Here you go. I'm giving that over to you. 3A. To put into the possession of another for his or her use. And I believe, again, the dictionary could just say their use. It's just one word. A little bit less ink for you. To put into the possession of another for their use, as in, gave me his phone number. So you're not making the phone number a present. You have not made a present of the phone number, but you are passing it along. You say, hey, this is a way that you can contact me. This is something that you might want to use in the future. If you would like to call me up or text me and say, would you like to go out on a date sometime? Wink, wink. That's the phone number giving. All right, now we have 3B1. To administer as a sacrament. Okay. And then we got 3B2. To administer as a medicine. It says all about administering things. And then we have 3C. To commit to another as a trust or responsibility, and usually for an expressed reason. I think some of these I'm just going to just quickly go on by because I don't really have much to say about them. I do appreciate a good example sentence. Some of these could use a good example sentence. Okay, so to administer as a sacrament, is that like the when you're at a mass and they give you the little cardboard cracker? Administer as a medicine. I'm going to give you a shot now, and you're going to deal with it. Commit to another as a trust or responsibility, and usually for an expressed reason. Okay, great, love that. 3D. To transfer from one's authority or custody, as in, The sheriff gave the prisoner to the warden. The sheriff was like, I don't want this prisoner in my area anymore. The warden at the jail, you can take this prisoner. Please take this prisoner off my hands. I am transferring from my authority or custody over to your authority or custody because they're so bad they can't stay in this tiny little jail. They got to go to your prison. Okay, now we have 3E, to execute and deliver, as in all employees must give bond, execute and deliver their bonds. 3F, to convey to another, just convey something to another, as in give them my regards. Here you go, I'm giving you my regards, and then you can pass them off to them because I think they're wonderful people, and my regards say that. I will also add to convey, I am giving you the dictionary. I am conveying the dictionary to you in audio and video form, and I hope you appreciate how much work I put into this. I'm giving it to you. 4A, to offer to the action of another, to offer to the action of another, the synonym is proffer, as in the example, gave her his hand. Oh, maybe that would be in marriage. Here, take my hand. Just cut it off. You can have my hand if you want. I don't use it. Just here, take it. To offer to the action of another. Okay, now we have 4B. To yield to a man. Oh, hey. Okay, well, this is, yeah. To yield oneself to a man in sexual intercourse. Yeah, you know, you've heard the phrase probably, to give yourself up, to give yourself to him, to give up your blah, blah, blah. Yeah, different versions of giving your body to someone else. But of course, this is problematic. I mean, this word used in this way could definitely be in a non-consensual sexual way. Hopefully that is not the case. It could definitely be completely consensual, and you're like, yes, I give my body up to you fully. Yes, of course. But of course, also, it does not have to be to a man. Can we get rid of that part of it? That's very old, closed-minded. You can give yourself, give your body to anybody, hopefully that you choose to. Okay. Can we get an update, please? Thank you very much. Obviously, this book is printed a while ago. We could look up... there's too much. I was going to look up the word give on the internet and see what the definitions say, but too many definitions to look through. So we're just going to assume... We're going to assume that the electronic internet dictionary has given us a better definition. 5A. To present in public performance, as in give a concert. I am giving you a concert. I am giving it as a present to you, but also you had to buy tickets, and I'm getting the money. So I'm giving you something in return for your money. To present in public performance. You can give a concert to your stuffed animals in private, but the stuffed animals, they're not going to applaud. They're not going to buy tickets. They're not going to buy your merchandise. They're not going to buy drinks and snacks at your show. So the best place to really give a performance would be in public, where people can come. Okay, maybe someday I will give a live podcast recording of this, or maybe something else. I will give a performance tonight. I'm going to karaoke, and it's tonight. I'm recording this on April 1st, April Fool's Day, and some of the people at the karaoke have unofficially determined it to be a more fun, goofy comedy show. So I will definitely be giving a performance of some Weird Al songs, and I'm quite excited. 5B. To present to view or observation, as in gave the signal to start. Beep, 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 beep. Now all the cars start driving. It's Mario Kart, maybe. Gave the signal to start. I'm presenting I'm presenting the signal in your view or your way to observe this. I hope you see my signal. Wee, wee, wee. I'm waving the flag. And now you may drive. Number 6. To provide by way of entertainment. As in, give a party. Are there other things that you can give by way of entertainment? I don't know. That feels a little specific, right? But I guess that's what the dictionary is all about, being specific. Not really. It's actually pretty vague sometimes. I should give a party. Who shall I give a party to? I shall give a party to my stuffed animals, and I will give them a concert. Number 7. To propose as a toast. To propose as a toast. Well, you give a toast. Do you? I guess I'm missing. Like, is this just for toasting? Okay, interesting. Now we have 8A. To designate as a share or portion. The synonym is the word allot. A-L-L-O-T, like I am allotting you some of this. I am allotting you over here some more of this thing. We have an example. All the earth to thee and to thy race I give. That is a quote from John Milton. All the earth to thee and to thy race I give. And I don't really understand what that is all about, John Milton. But yes, it's all about giving things away, giving portions of things to different people. Basically. Okay, now we have 8B. To make assignment of. The assignment is of a name. So are you, I think you are assigning something to somebody. You're choosing a name and you're assigning a task to that person. Is that what that is? Yes, I will say yes. 8C. To set forth as an actual or hypothetical datum or datum, as in, give the dimensions of the room. To set forth as an actual or hypothetical, it's like a piece of data, an actual piece of data or a hypothetical piece of data, and give the dimensions of the room. Now, how is this connected to 8A and 8B? This is what I'm not understanding. Why are they sub-definitions? I don't know. I'm sure there's some good reason. I'm getting stuck on the example sentence, maybe. 8D. To attribute in thought or utterance. The synonym is ascribe, as in, gave the credit to you. To you. I give all of the credit to you. You are to blame for everything. Attribute in thought or utterance. You're thinking it or you utter it. One of those ways. Okay, now we have 9A. This is where we got to do the page flip. 9A is to yield as a product consequence. Is that the word? Consequence or effect. The synonym is produce, as in cows give milk. They are yielding their milk as a product. The consequence of them eating food and having a baby is the milk. They don't just make the milk regular. They got to have a baby just like humans because they're mammals. That's how they give the milk. They produce it. Okay, and then there's another example. 84 divided by 12 gives 7. That is the result of the math problem of what is 84 divided by 12. The book tells me that gives 7. Okay, and then we have 9B, which is to bring forth, and the synonym is bear. So maybe bearing children, just bringing forth something. I have given this podcast to the world, and the world is a better place for it, of course. All right, so how many definitions did we have just here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Ugh, and we got more. Okay, This podcast is now just me counting. So this word, we have to look at the etymology. Let's see. It is a Middle English of Scandinavian origin, akin to the Old Swedish word giva, which means to give. It is akin to the Old English gifan, which means to give, and perhaps from the Latin habere, which means to have or to hold. Oh, so when you give something, then you're holding it. When something is given to you, then you are holding it very close to your heart. Oh, thank you for giving this to me. I shall cherish it forever. It's a donut. Okay, so those were all the words. Like I said, we got more stuff to talk about with the word give in the next episode, which is going to be almost the entire episode. And we got to pick a word of the episode right now. We cannot delay 1 second further. It is the most important thing that we must do. We had today giro, girole, girondin, girondist, girt, girth, girth, gisarme, gist, get, go, gittern, and give. Okay, well, I do very much enjoy the idea of giving something, giving things away. Oh, like money. Should we just pick that? Although in the next episode, I might have to pick the word give for that. So maybe we'll save that for that because it's so much of the episode. So that means that I need to pick something else. What am I going to pick? Ooh, let's see. Ooh, we had this medieval weapon. We had a medieval guitar. Ooh, maybe you can attach a gisarme to a gittern. Well, I'll pick gisarme, Gisarme. I'll pick that as the word of the episode, but I'm going to sing a little song about I'm playing my guitar, gittern. I'm playing my gittern, I'm plucking my gittern. I attached a gisarme to my gittern so I can go stabby, stabby, stabby while I'm playing my gittern. Yeah, that was an interesting way to deal with my word of the episode. All right, it's movie time. The next movie I saw is Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2. It could also have been called Zootopia. I enjoyed it. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember enough. But yes, I remember they're like it's all about the two of them, the bunny and the fox, and their police partners. And everybody's like, but a bunny can't be a partner with a fox, and how are you doing that? And then they're like, we're gonna solve some stuff, and we're gonna work together, and we're so great. And yep, some of the animals are very tiny, and some of them are very huge. And I enjoy all of the weird animal things that they do, and I remember liking it a lot. I just can't remember the story at the moment. And then we watched Burn After Reading. I don't remember why we chose this. Coen Brothers movie, they tend to alternate like serious, silly, and this was one of their more silly movies. And we had not seen it since it came out. So it was a good reminder of this movie. And it's just very silly characters and trying to... what are they trying to do? Trying to blackmail somebody, and there's secret information and a lot of stuff going on in that movie. Yeah, it's worth a watch, I would say. All right, that is going to be the end of this episode. Oh, wow, we did it again. Come back again in the next episode for just 3 words, really just 2. Yep, that's it. Okay, this has been Spencer, dispensing information. Goodbye.